Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Sunday, the 31st of January. Hi, I'm Paul. I'll be your host this morning. And yesterday, I forgot to mention it was episode 300. That means, yes, today is the 301st episode of the morning sports briefing that comes to you at 7 days a week at 7 a.m., helping you start the day the best way up to speed with all of the important sports news. And in the news this morning, we'll bring you up to speed with the two Super Smash games from yesterday, with the Canterbury Kings taking on the Otago Volts and the Canterbury Magicians taking on the Otago Sparks. Also, we've got action from the NBA, the NBL, also the Prada Cup. We know who has made the final to join Team Ineos UK. There's also action in the football from both the A-League and the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. And New Zealand have picked up 2 medals at the X Games in snowboarding and skiing. So some fantastic news from there as well. Let's kick off, though, with the NBA. Yesterday, there were 10 games, but all the Kiwis' eyes would have been on the Pelicans versus the Bucks. The Pelicans upset the Bucks, winning 131 to 126. The Pelicans made a good start, winning the first quarter by 14 points, backed that up by winning the second quarter by another 9 points, and then held on in the second half as the Bucks tried to make a comeback. Steve Adams made a massive 20 rebounds in this game, and that's 2 games on the trot now where he's made quite a lot of big rebounds. The points, wow. Well, Brandon Ingram led the way with 28 points, but Lonzo Ball got 27, Eric Bledsoe 25, and Zion Williams 21. Stephen Adams only 4 points there, but obviously working at the other end of the court. So an all-round team effort there from the Pelicans. For the Bucks, the Jenias scored 38 points, and Jrue Holiday 22, but clearly couldn't keep up with the scoring that the New Orleans Pelicans did during that first half, and they built up that lead. So a great result there, and for the Pelicans, meaning now that they've put 2 wins back to back. They are still sat down in 14th place in the Western Conference, but those 2 wins will clearly give them confidence. In other results, having a quick look around the league, the Nets beat the Thunder 147 to 125, a big score there. And the Clippers beat the Magic 116 to 90, whereas the Pacers were down by the Hornets 108 to 105. That means now that the 76ers are top of the Eastern Conference, have the Nets and the Bucks. The Western Conference is led by the Jazz and the Clippers, ahead of the Lakers, who have slipped back with those 2 back-to-back losses. Over in the NBL, and yesterday we had 2 results. First up, the Bullets beat the Taipans 105-103, but they had to take it all the way into overtime on that one. So really tight there between the Bullets and the Taipans. For the Bullets, Nathan Sobey got 30 points and Vic Law 29 to lead the way for them. The Taipans, it's an all-round effort, with Scott Machado with 23 points. The 36ers beat the Kings 85 to 80 as well. Now that means, looking at the table, the Hawks are still top of the table, but the 36ers have climbed up to 3rd, and the Bullets up to 5th in the table there. Over in the Prada Cup, and Luna Rosa swept the America's Magic with 2 wins yesterday. America's Magic made a much better fist of it in the first race, making a good start, and were only 13 seconds back at the first gate, but ended up losing 41 seconds in light winds there. In the second race, it started off tight, but American Magic had a problem with one of their foils, and ended up finishing nearly 4 minutes down on a Luna Rosa challenge. So Luna Rosa win the semi-final 4-0, meaning that American Magic didn't win a single race during the Prada Cup. Unfortunately, it's a tough event for them, and their challenge is now over. That means the remaining 3 races that were scheduled won't be needed and won't take place for the semi-final. And the finals will be between Ineos Team UK and Luna Rosa Challenge, starting on February the 13th. Obviously, the winner of that will go on to face Team New Zealand for the America's Cup. Moving on then to the A-League, and over in the A-League, we again had we had 3 games yesterday. First up, oops, that's the wrong table, folks. There we go. There's the A-League table for those of you watching on the rather than listening to the podcast. Don't forget you can listen to the podcast and catch up on how this one's on your phone each day of the week as you're making your commute or doing your gardening, etc. So yesterday we had the Western United drew 0-0 with Melbourne Victory. That was followed up by Macarthur FC being downed by Sydney FC. So Sydney FC needing that, again, they're picking up their 2nd win of the season against the new boys there. And Brisbane Roar to the top of the table with a 3-1 win over Adelaide United. So now Brisbane Roar and Central Coast Mariners are top of the table with 9 points each. Brisbane Roar just slightly ahead there. And today we'll see the Western Coast Mariners get the opportunity to go back top of the table when they take on the Wellington Phoenix at 6:05 today. Also, Melbourne City will take on Perth Glory as well. Mid-table Melbourne City against Perth Glory, who have just got 1 win this season so far. Moving on then to the X Games, and a big congratulations first off to Zoe Sandowski-Synnott, who picked up her 4th X Games medal of her career with a silver in the snowboard slopestyle. She'd been hadn't been going well. We've been struggling a bit with speed during some of her runs. And it took her to a 3rd run to really put it together, and to finish 2nd behind Jamie Anderson of the USA. Laurie Blulin of Canada took a bronze medal in that one. So a very good result for Zoe Sandowski-Synnott there in that one. Also, Nico Porteos picks up a gold medal in the free ski superpipe over there in Aspen. He made history being the first free skier to ever land a right double 1620, followed by a right double 1620 into a left double 1620 in the half pipe competition. So congratulations to him with that one. Again, it was his 3rd run where he nailed it and managed to pull this run together. He's never performed that one before. So congratulations to Nico Porteous on his gold at the X Games. Zoe Sandowski-Synnott will be back in action this morning with the Big Air event. So wish her all the luck in that one. And obviously we will try to bring you the result of that tomorrow morning on the morning sports briefing at 7 a.m. Over in the cricket, surprisingly, no international action yesterday, but there were two Super Smash games yesterday. First up, we had the Canterbury Magicians taking on the Otago Sparks. Canterbury Magicians went into bat first and scored 132 for their 20 overs. And they lost a couple of early wickets before the middle order. Well, Ibrahim with 22 and Shatterwaith with 36 sort of rescued things. Nation with 13 and McKay with 26 not out saw them home with that 132 there. The bowlers really shared the wickets around with Aldershaw with 2 wickets going for 5 and over. Probably the one that had the most control there. The Otago Sparks then looked really on course to chase down that total. Again, they lost a couple of early wickets, but Martin with 42 and Cohen with a 50 really looked like they were in a good position to win it. It all went down to the final over, and the Otago Sparks just needed 6 off the final over to win the game. McKay was bowling, and her first 2 balls went for singles, but then she took the wicket of Adams, bowled 2 dot balls, and then it took the wicket of Gain as well. So fantastic over by McKay there to win the game. A real nail biter that went down to the last ball there between the Magicians and the Otago Sparks in that one. That was followed up by the Otago Volts taking on the Canterbury Kings. The Volts went into bat first and scored 162 off their 20 overs. A good start with Rutherford and Broome at the forward, scoring 23 and 48 there before a couple of then also, but Broome top scoring for them. Oh dear, bless me. Sorry, folks. Moving on then to the reply by the Canterbury Kings. And again, a solid start at the top there with Bowes scoring 31 off just 19 balls and McCurley 33 off just 19, getting him a real good start. And then McCutcheon with 50 saw them an unbeaten 50 saw them home to win with an over to spare for that 6-wicket victory there in that one. Again, the real problem there for the Volts was taking wickets, and then the batsmen, then there were plenty of wickets in hand for the Canterbury Kings, and they were won by 6 wickets in the end. On looking at the table then on the women's side of things, the Magicians are now top of the table by 2 points ahead of the Wellington Blaze and 4 points ahead of the Auckland Hearts. The Blaze get the opportunity to go back top today when they take on the Central Hinds at Basin Reserve. That starts at 11:10. And then in the men's one, the Wellington Firebirds are 4 points clear of the Kings, who are now, being 8 points clear, have secured themselves finals cricket. The Northern Knights can't catch them. But the Wellington Firebirds take on the Central Stags. The Central Stags win today. They would secure themselves finals cricket as well. The Wellington Firebirds, with a win today, would secure home advantage all the way through the finals. So that one starts at 2:40 p.m. Today. Also in rugby overnight, the Blue Bulls won the Currie Cup, beating the Sharks 24-19 in extra time as well. You have now started the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend, folks. For those of us in the North Island, it's Auckland anniversary weekend, so it's a long weekend as well. And hopefully tomorrow I will be up in Auckland for the Auckland Aces versus the Otago Volts and the Auckland Hearts versus the Otago Sparks. So look out for any post-match interviews I can get at that one as well tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and catch you all